Good evening, good evening, good evening. We are live. I am Average Will. This is Coffee and Comics Part 2. A little bit later, obviously, a couple hours later, I wanted to go live at 8:30. Here we are, 10:30 Eastern, going live. So I'm not going to be here long. I'm just probably going to go 15, 20 minutes. Show the stuff I got this week from New Comic Book Day and talk a little bit about them because I have read everything that I picked up this week. There are a few books I didn't get. First off, before I get into that, if you're watching this on the replay, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. I hope everyone's doing well. I'm gonna hold on a minute or two, let some people get in here, and then I'm just gonna kind of get into it because again, we're doing this as a live stream, but also to have as a video for the channel, just to have the one drop a week. So before I get into what I got, I do have some purchases as well that I picked up, and then I'll get into the new comic books this week that I got. The ones I didn't get is I did not get Terminal Punks or Pantomime, both issues number 2. I have those coming in. I had to order those from Mad Cave to get those in. So I'll have those when they come in. And then also Scarrant Hood, my shop, they did not get issue 2 in, but he says he'll have it for me next week. So we'll see when that gets in next week. All right, so I'll just keep going as people trickle in. We'll do this. Oh, well, what am I drinking coffee-wise? So because it is 10:30 Eastern, I am still drinking coffee, but it's got a little bit of adult beverage in it. I made a spiked coffee with some rum chata. I was told it is very good in coffee and eggnog, so figured we'd try it in coffee and drink a little bit. After I get off here, I'm going to watch some live streams and then catch up on some videos. So hope everyone is doing great. Hope everyone is taking care of themselves and being careful. So a couple pickups I had, purchases. I got these from, New Spec Outlaws. I got issue number, God, that glare's horrible, 1 and 2 of Dark Red. I have not read these yet, so I'm going to put them in my ever-growing to-read pile, or box now, because I've moved it into a short box. And then I picked up the A, B, and C cover of I Walk with Monsters, which this is a really good story. So looking forward to seeing what continues with this. It's about a girl, this girl here, who, she had some trauma when she was younger, and she literally has a monster friend who helps her, and she takes out evil people. So it literally opens up with her, goading on a serial killer. So now for the new books this week, I only had one from DC. How's it going? What the Deuce? And then La Crucis was here early. But yeah, so the only DC book I got was the tie-in or the one-shot for DC Death Metal, or Dark Knight's Death Metal, and this is the last stories of the DC universe. So I'll read all those at the very end whenever I get them all. Whenever DC, or the DC, what is it? Jesus Christ, Dark Knight's Death Metal. When all that comes out, I will look at those. So, all right. So on to Marvel. First up is Namor, which is a 5-part series, and it's got the King in Black label. I don't know if issue 2 through 5 are going to be tied in to the King in Black storyline or the King in Black event, but book 1 had nothing in it. The Union, I ended up picking up the Union. I ended up getting the digital copy of Union that came out last week because that's also a 5-part series that has the King in Black label on it. And what it tells you is, at least that one has a Grendel show up in the end of it. This one has nothing. So we'll see if issue 2 changes that or not. because if issue 2 doesn't, and it's just kind of like a little Namor story, I like Namor, but I've got too many different books I'm trying to keep up with. Next up is Strange Academy number 6, and I guess this is the end of the first arc or something like that. Holy crap. So the kids are on the rescue mission to get Clint back, and they're fighting the Hollow, and the Hollow absorb powers. And you've got, what's her name, Emily, and Kid Demarmu, Doyle. I love Doyle. He's my favorite character of the students. And some craziness happens. It's really good. I like it. You get some Doctor Strange action. You get voodoo, magica. You get some action from the teachers, but the kids, what happens with the kids is pretty crazy. It's really good. If you're not reading this, I highly recommend it. I mean, it's great. Scotty Young, yes, I like his covers. I like his style. But his writing, I think, is so good. What he did with Middle West. If you haven't read Middle West, I suggest picking up the trades. Get the trades, because that was a killer story. This is a really good story. So it's only 6 issues. Yes, the early issues are a little pricey, but there's so many printings. I think there's like 4 or 5 printings of number 1. Same with number 2. So they're easy. My shop has them. Has the later printings. So if you can get your hands on this, or if you want to wait to get the trade for when the trade comes out, because I'm sure the trade will probably come out in January or February, March, I imagine. I'm seeing some series have their trades in March, like Department of Truth. They'll have their trade in March. How's it going, Warlord? Thank you for coming by, man. So we'll see. But it's a really good story. Really do like these characters, and can really definitely see this getting picked up and brought to Disney Plus with all the stuff that Disney released yesterday with Marvel and all that goodness. God, this could be a beautiful, nice little nugget that I think would bring in a nice little crowd for people of all generations, I think, because it's a really good story. And then the last Marvel book I got this week, obviously Venom 31. This picks up directly from the King in Black issue number 1. If you haven't read that, it's where pretty much Null has ripped the symbiote Venom off of Eddie Brock and has dropped him. So this is essentially the whole issue is Eddie falling, but it's obviously there's stuff that's getting played back through it. So again, I'm looking forward to seeing how this is all going to play out. One day, I think we'll learn the name of Venom, his actual name. Because they say that there's an actual name for Venom for the symbiote, so we'll see. But again, it's going to be pretty cool to see. You got the guy Strickland, I think that's his name, right? The one guy that had the symbiote at the very beginning of Venom that helped Eddie defeat the Grendels and kick out, kind of push back Null. How's it going, Ruben? Thank you for coming by, bud. All right, so on to indie. My indie week was not heavy, but this was the bulk of my week. You saw I had three Marvel, 1 DC, and the rest is indie. And again, the ones I didn't get this week that weren't in my shop were all indie as well. I know that. What do you call it? What was it? Cyberpunk. That issue 4 was supposed to come out this week, but I think it got pushed back to next week. Same with Atlantis wasn't built for Tourist. I thought that was supposed to come out this week, but that's apparently coming out next week. But I already have it because I got the Scout box, so I've already read that. So I'm excited to talk about that next week because it was a really good read. And again, that series ended, and it kind of breaks my heart. How's it going, K. Titus, the man from Japan? Good morning to you, sir. All right, so first up from AWA is issue number 1 of Bite Size. This was a fun story. I actually read this with my son last night as his bedtime story, and he was so excited to read it with me. It seems like it's a kid-friendly series. There's no swearing, and it doesn't look like there's any blood or gore, but it was only issue 1. What the story is about these little robots here. They escape out of a facility, and they get into this family's home before Christmas time, and yeah, so it's going to be. I think it could be a fun little series. I think it's only a four issue series, so I'm looking forward to it. And I mean, I love the indie stuff. I really do. I can't talk enough about indies. All right, next from AWA is Year Zero, Issue 2 of Volume 2. I don't know. I mean, I'm gonna get all these just because I want to have them all. But I'm not feeling the same for this book that I am for the first volume. The first volume, I felt like each one of the individual stories were a little bit more impactful. This one, all right, you got the what is it, the Norwegian old lady and the two kids on their fishing boat. They fought off a boat of pirates. It was all right. The girl in the mall seems like there's a little bit interesting story there with her being pregnant. The African story, I don't know what's going to come from that. And then, of course, you got the Colombian story where now it looks like some soldiers are encroaching on El Tapo's compound. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully it gets a little bit better. I don't know. I just feel like it's not grabbing me the way that the first volume did with those characters. From Boom is Origins, issue number 2. This was a fun issue to read. Now, this is, I cannot remember her name, but is it David? Is his name David? The creator of the AI that pretty much took over the world and killed all humanity. He is being brought back by this female AI, and she's trying to grow him. I don't know if she's trying to raise him. I don't know. It might be going over. I mean, I'm probably gonna have to sit down and read these a little. Take my time on reading these a little bit more. Issue 1 and 2. We'll see. I know that she was hiding him, keeping him from the network, and unfortunately now he's exposed to the network, and we're gonna see what happens. But I don't know if this is. I imagine this. Yeah, it's part 2 of 6. It's only a 6-issue miniseries, so we'll see. I'm definitely gonna probably get it just because, again, I like to read the entire story. So since I have 2 of them now, I'm going to just keep on. Next up from Boom is 7 Secrets, number 6, or no, number 5. This is number 5. So this is the penultimate. Is that what they say? The penultimate issue, because apparently there's only 6 issues. I don't know if it's just 6 issues for volume 1 and there's going to be a volume 2. I really do like this story. I know that the first issue, we only got a narration from the main character, Casper, who's the kid right here in the middle of the book. And then obviously issue 2, we got introduced to him. And then 3 was a little bit more of the training. And then the attacks started happening in 4. And then now you have in 5, where they're trying to regroup and they're trying to settle. But then you realize there's a spy, something's happening. And the Anon, who is the son of the keeper of the first secret, because again, there's the 7 secrets of the world, and you have the seekers trying to get the secrets so that they can release them. And then the one chick, cannot remember her name, who's the main villain, I guess, next to Anon. She doesn't care if it's going to kill her or not. She just wants to expose the secrets and see what happens. Again, I want to see more of this. I want to see. This is one of the drawbacks of having, if they only do like a 6-part series, and it feels like there's so much more they can do with the series, because there are the 7 secrets, and what are all 7 secrets, and can we keep this thing going with enough momentum to get multiple volumes that are going to have us kind of explore what the secrets are and how this whole secret organization came to be built to make to protect the secrets. On to Image, we've got crossover number 2. Now, I actually like this one more than issue number 1, because we get more. We find out that there's like a special prison, so to speak, kind of like the Raft in the Marvel universe. But you kind of have like the special prison that houses these superheroes, and we get some hints at the gloves you get. It looked like what Batman, Spider-Man, there was Spawn, what the Thing I think was in there as well. So a lot of cool little Easter eggs in this book. and you get to find out how the two kids, that they were talking about in the first one, that they would be the ones that would come together to save everybody or something like that. I'm intrigued to see what they're going to do. I'm intrigued to see with them showing all the different superheroes, them kind of, or they're hinting at the different superheroes because they haven't full out shown them, to see what's gonna take place with it. And that the little girl, and the big thing with that is the little girl gets shown that she has superpowers. So that's pretty cool. She's got the laser vision, and that her family actually isn't inside of the dome. They're outside of the dome at one of the camps because they set up camps, because that's what societies do when they don't like something and they don't understand something. They set up camps, and that's a nice little thing. The next book from Image, which is my favorite book of the week, like a lot of people, Homesick Pilots. This was a cool jam of a book. If you like 90s grunge music mixed with mecha, Transformers, whatever, and a little bit of horror, sci-fi stuff, this was really cool. It's about a band, a couple kids from a homeless shelter who are called Homesick Pilots. They are at a concert of a rival band, and there's this house, this house here that is haunted, and there's rumors, there's stories where if you get, you go inside of it, you never come out. There was one kid that went inside and then came out weeks later and died because obviously he had no nourishment. And the girl, who seems like the main character, she goes into the house, and her band and the other band go into the house. Her band goes into the house to try to find her. The other band goes in to try to scare her. And and some crazy stuff happens. So it's going to be interesting to see how they play this out, how everything is going to kind of play out with, it looks like now there's pieces that people have come in, and because again, when you see the house in the story, the house is ransacked. There's things that have been stolen. Like they even comment that the toilet was ripped out of there. We'll see what happens with it. Because is it just going to be a thing where the girl, as the house, is just going around reclaiming the stolen items? But yeah, it was a really cool read. This was my favorite book of the week. And then the last book I have is Giga #2 from Vault. I like this book. It's interesting. We kind of get to know a little bit more about the cult that worship the Gigas, that worship the unknown of these, and then you have the dusters who don't believe in that stuff, and you get to see that he's creating some stuff, and she's working in his capacity to get a device. I don't want to say too much to spoil it, but it's pretty intense moment when you get to see how like they handle people who do not follow their path, the zealots or whatever the hell you want to call them. But really good. I like it. One guy gets hooked up to the Giga, and he was in there for like a minute and a half, and he felt like it was a lot longer than that. I can't remember if he said weeks, months, years, whatever it was, but he said they're nothing like us, and that the dusters are the ones that killed the Gigas. So that's what I picked up this week. Let me know in the comments below what you guys picked up. Did you guys read any of the ones that I read? What did you guys think? Tell me what your top pick of the week was, because Homesick Pilots for sure was mine. And then I would say Strange Academy was right after it, because I really liked how that story was. And then, I don't know, it's a toss-up with some of the other ones. I really did like Bite Sized. I really wanted to read Terminal Punks this week, but I'm getting that sent to me. And then same with Scaring Hood. I was really looking forward to see how they built off of the first one. How's it going, Sassy Cajun? Thank you for swinging by. But so that's what I read. I will have more of these. Like I'm going to do, like when I'm doing these coffee and comics, yes, I'm going to do comics, but I think I might do like when I purchase stuff too. I might do kind of like how I did like what we get Wednesdays, but obviously not at Wednesdays. I'm not sure, because I don't know if I want to do something where my plan is to shoot one video for the week, like do one actual pre-recorded setup structured video, and then kind of do a couple live streams. I think I really like this format because I can sit here and I can interact with you guys in the chat tonight. Not so much. I know there's a lot going on. There's a lot of people that are live tonight, and I was planning on going live at 8:30. Had some stuff happen to where I wasn't going to get home until after 9, so I'm like, let me just push it back to 10:30, and it is what it is. I'm doing good, Sassy Cajun. I'm doing good. How are you? I got your Christmas card. I haven't posted it on Instagram yet, but you are on the sticker board. I was planning on posting the photo tomorrow, so thank you so much for that Christmas card. It was awesome. And I believe you have some mystery boxes too. I'm gonna have to check them out. I might grab one or two because I think you and UAM, if UAM has any more left, I'm gonna probably grab some from him because I just got a couple from Fox, and because I want to get some stuff because I am gonna start doing videos. Here we are. I mean, we're halfway through December, so January is right around the corner. So I wanted to start getting some boxes in. So I want to try to get some stuff from the community. That's good. That's good. I'm glad you're doing good. Glad you're doing good. So, so I do have orders. Like I picked up some cool stuff that got restocked, and then some new stuff that got released that I picked up. And I have pre-orders for Pops that should be coming in. When they come in, I'll add it to the pile to do something like this. So I think I'll do Coffee and Comics or Coffee and Collectibles. Maybe I'll change the title to Coffee and Collectibles. I'll tell you, rum chata in your coffee is good. It is good. So I think that's it. I think I'm going to just wrap it up. Like I said, I wanted to do something a little bit quick tonight because I did go 2 hours. I did start 2 hours later than I originally had posted. So I do apologize for that. Again, let me know if you read any of these comics. What was your favorite comic of the week? Tell me in the comments below. And if you don't do comics, tell me what you picked up lately. Let me know in the comments what stuff did you pick up. Did you get one of the restocks that just came out? Did you get one of the Funko store exclusives that dropped this week? What was it? The Transformer one? Did you get the one from last week? Tell me in the comments below. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for hanging out. Till next time, I'm out.